Hey beautiful, today in this video I'm going to show you my full coverage foundation and concealer makeup routine. Growing up and even still to this day, I have acneic skin. It was really bad for me in my teen years. I still struggle with an occasional breakout here and there, but definitely in my teen years it was a really hard struggle for me, and to this day I am still left with a lot of pigmentation and some scarring. So it has always been a mission for me to find a foundation, a full coverage foundation that's going to cover those areas where I have struggled in the past, and also a foundation that doesn't cause me to continue to have more breakouts, because oftentimes I would find something that would cover up those scarring and the pigmentation and any current breakouts, but then it would cause my skin to break out further. So I am here to show you my full coverage foundation routine. This is a foundation that very easily covers anything I might have going on my skin. So I'm here to show you my before and after and how I achieve a flawless face result. I'm a firm believer that a good makeup routine starts with good skincare. It's not something that I did in my younger years, and as you can see, my skin has since paid the price, so now I'm all in with skincare. So I'm starting off just like I do every single day with my eye cream. This eye cream has vitamins A, C, and E, peptides, and caffeine in it, so it firms up and brightens the under eye, helps minimize fine lines and wrinkles, and also any dark circles under the eyes. Next, I'm going in with my serum. This is a serum that is customized to me. It includes a glow, a brightening, and an elasticity booster, all of which help the overall tone and texture of my skin. This is part of a 4-step skincare routine that is available and customizable. If you want to take a quiz and see what your customized skincare would look like, I will have a link for it in the description of this video. Now we can get to what you really came here to see, which is the full coverage foundation. This is a spray foundation, so you shake it up really well. This is the Younique spray foundation. I like to spray it right onto my kabuki brush. I prefer a brush like this kabuki brush to apply it with. You can use a sponge, but I really like the way a densely packed brush like this one really applies and blends the foundation. I stipple it kind of right onto the face, and I really think it helps to maximize the coverage. I pat it into the skin with the kabuki brush and just up and down patting motions, and seriously look at the coverage that foundation gives. Blend it down onto my neck as well, but 2 sprays is enough to do about half of my face, and then you'll see later I will go in and add a little bit more and pat it over certain areas if I need just a little bit extra coverage in other areas. It is buildable, but again, it's so light you don't feel it on the skin. It's like an airbrush finish, but it's buildable and full coverage. It is absolutely insane. Look at the difference between the half that has it and the half that doesn't. This foundation has a 12-hour wear time, which means you can wear it throughout your entire day. And it's also non-comedogenic, which means it does not clog pores, which is why it is like the perfect match for me, because it covers my scarring but doesn't cause me to break out further. But seriously, like the perfect match when I'm looking for a full coverage foundation. Now, if I do have a current breakout or area where I feel like I need to just build up a little extra coverage, sometimes I like to use more of a precise brush. So I took the end of the powder concealer brush and I just spray a little bit more on and just really pat over any areas where I need to build up just a little extra coverage, which is why I can so appreciate that this foundation is lightweight but buildable, so you can build it up in the areas that you feel like you may need a little extra coverage. For concealer, I use the Skin Perfecting Concealer. This is again a full coverage. This is in concealer form, and this concealer has nourishing ingredients, again, like caffeine, just like the eye cream, as well as hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. So I use a shade that is about 2 shades lighter than my foundation shade right under my under eyes, and I like to just pat it in with a damp makeup sponge, really just to kind of press that into the skin and blend it out. I do like the fact that this concealer is a full coverage. So again, if I'm using this to cover any additional blemishes, I can. When I'm doing that, if I'm covering a blemish, I like to use a concealer that is the same shade as the foundation. Here, I'm using it for more brightening under the eyes. So I appreciate that it is a full coverage to help cover any redness or blemishes, but I also like that the applicator itself is a doe foot applicator, so it makes it really, really easy to apply to the skin. Because this is a full coverage look for contour, I love to use the stick foundation. I use a stick foundation that is many shades darker than my regular foundation shade, but this foundation in particular is a medium to full coverage, and it is a satin finish, which makes this a really, really easy one to blend out. So you'll see I just apply it on, kind of dab it on to my skin, and then I take my damp makeup sponge and I blend it out. So I put it along my forehead, right along the hollows of my cheek to contour my cheekbones, and then down the sides of my nose as well, to kind of contour out those areas and add a little bit more depth and dimension to the face. With the texture and that satin finish, it's very, very easy to blend out, but again, it is a buildable coverage, so it is a medium to full coverage foundation, which really just makes it the perfect match for this full coverage makeup look. This is a really good piece of advice, I think, when it comes to makeup. Start off by adding a little. It's a lot easier for you to go back and add in a little bit more at a time as you need it than it is to take product away. It's a lot more effort and a lot harder to kind of blend away if you've applied too much. So start off with just a little bit at a time and add a little bit more if you need it as you go. So I've added just a little bit more of that contour and I'm blending it down, and then as always taking that down and blending it on to the neck as well. For setting my makeup, this is my absolute favorite setting powder. This is the Touch Behold Translucent Setting Powder. This setting powder helps to obviously set your makeup in place, but it also blurs any imperfections and pores. It makes your makeup almost look like your skin has been filtered. It blurs everything, sets everything in place. I have extremely oily skin, which is why I like to take it with a sponge and really pack it onto my skin because it helps the oil that's on my skin, it helps from keeping it come through and breaking down my makeup. This translucent powder keeps everything set in place and on my skin all day, and it is my all-time favorite setting powder. I'm really not using it to bake here. I'm just pressing it onto the skin, and then I go in with a brush and kind of wipe away any excess. But I'm telling you, it gives the most flawless coverage and finish, and it's perfect to just go right over top this full coverage makeup look. Once I have that setting powder really pressed into the skin, I will take a brush, wipe away any excess. I'm going to add some finishing touches, eyes, lips, and brows. And there you have the completed look. I'm going to lock this look in place using the setting spray. And that completes my full coverage foundation routine. Yes, my skin tone and texture has improved since utilizing the customizable Uology skincare, but while my skin continues to improve, I am so grateful that I have found this full coverage foundation and concealer routine to help give me that added boost of confidence. if you want to try the foundation and or the concealer for yourself, I will have a link in the description of this video, and you can even try the colors on virtually to find your perfect color match. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this and other fashion and lifestyle videos, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell.